Trump just crashed the market. I was not planning on making this video. I wasn't even really paying attention to the market. I just made a video, and all of a sudden, we saw a massive drop. Right, an hour ago when I filmed my video, these were the prices of the Nasdaq and the S&P 500, and then look at this reloaded. The Nasdaq has fallen 2% in like 30 minutes. We have Bitcoin breaking down, right? Under 120,000, getting very close to the support line that we've talked about before, around 118,500 to 119,000. We have altcoins falling down too. Is this the opportunity of a lifetime, or is this just the start of something ugly? Again, Trump is the reason this is happening right now. I'll explain why that is. If you don't mind, hit subscribe so you can see future videos like this. If you haven't already signed up, check out the link to BYDeFi. I just sent out the message actually in the group, in the Telegram, for how much we paid. It ended up being $18,919, with the top winner actually getting $13,000 in bonuses. So sign up now. We have this competition, the same one that was just going on. We had like 30 or 40 winners of $170. So if you want to start trading, we are very close to this support line here. If you want to start trading, check it out underneath the video. Now, like I said, we have a lot of positions going red, right? I got notifications actually on a couple stocks that I am waiting to buy more of, that I've been looking to buy more of, and they were down like 3% in a very short period of time. So then I started looking at the market, and what do you know? We have a ton of longs getting liquidated over the last hour, 225 million. We have the Nasdaq falling 2%. What is happening? Well, I saw this first. Absolutely insane. At 10:57 a.m. Eastern Time, President Trump published a massive paragraph about China saying a massive increase in tariffs is coming. By 11 a.m. Eastern Time, 3 minutes later, the S&P 500 and the Nasdaq had already erased $700 billion in market cap. This is insane. Is the trade war back? So let's see what Trump said specifically. The S&P 500 falls 70 plus points in seconds after President Trump publishes the paragraph below about China. Some very strange things are happening in China. This is big. I'll see if we need to shorten this up. They're becoming very hostile and sending letters to countries throughout the world that they want to impose export controls on each and every element of production having to do with rare earths and virtually anything else they can think of, even if not manufactured in China. Nobody has ever seen anything like this, but essentially it would clog the markets and make life difficult for virtually every country in the world, especially for China. We have been contacted by other countries who are extremely angry at this great trade hostility, which came out of nowhere. Our relationship with China over the past 6 months has been a very good one, thereby making the move on trade an even more surprising one. I have always felt that they've been lying in wait, and now, as usual, I have been proven right. There is no way China should be allowed to hold the world captive, but that seems to have been their plan from the start, basically, for quite some time. Starting with the magnets and other elements that they have quietly amassed into somewhat of a monopoly position, a rather sinister and hostile move, to say the least. But the U.S. has monopoly positions too, much stronger and more far-reaching than China's. I have not chosen to use them. There was never a reason for me to do so until now. The letter that they sent is many pages long and details with great specificity each and every element that they want to withhold from other nations. Things that were routine are no longer routine at all. I have not spoken to President Xi because there was no reason to do so. This was a real surprise, not only to me, but also to the leaders of the free world. I was to meet with President Xi in 2 weeks at APEC in South Korea, but now there seems to be no reason to do so. The Chinese letters were essentially inappropriate in that this was the day that, after 3,000 years of bedlam and fighting, there is peace in the Middle East. I wonder if the timing is coincidental. Depending on what China says about the hostile order that they have just put out, I will be forced as President of the United States to financially counter their move. For every element that they have been able to monopolize, we have too. I never thought it would come to this, but perhaps, as with all things, the time has come. Unfortunately, Though painful, potentially painful, it will be a very good thing in the end for the U.S. One of the policies that we are calculating at the moment is a massive increase on tariffs on Chinese products coming into the United States. There are many countermeasures that are likewise under serious consideration. Thank you for your attention to this matter. Okay, so a bit of a mouthful. Sorry, I do read slowly sometimes. But yeah, this is a big move. Now, I don't really know if this will amount to anything, right? No one does, because he's just saying that they're considering it. But this definitely affects some stocks like Amazon, right? They, I believe, get a lot of products for their retail business through China, down 3.3%. Right? This definitely affects their business, the retail business. Keep in mind, this is short term, though. Right? I don't think these tariffs are going to last forever. President Trump's in office for another 3 years. And we don't even know the extent of these tariffs or what's going to happen, right? Now, we have other stocks falling down 1, 2, 3%. In my mind, this is a bit of an opportunity. Right? I know it sounds crazy. I'm an eternal optimist, but it pays to be optimistic in this market. If you look, stocks go up and to the right. If you can buy when there are dips, you get rewarded handsomely, right? If you bought this 50% dip, 55% dip on Amazon, it's just crazy to look at this. Over 1 year, a 55% dip on one of the best companies in the world. If you had bought that, you would have been rewarded with a 2.5x. Now, this is a pretty small dip, to be clear. Right? We're down 3.6%. It's not like the stock market's even in correction territory yet. It's not like Bitcoin's really breaking down 10, 20, 30%. It could, but this could be reversed too. This could be an opportunity. I mean, I've been talking about $118,000, $119,000 Bitcoin bouncing off that and continuing the rally up. The Fed still decreasing rates. We still have a good economy and all that. So we could see a nice bounce from this level, and we could just break up again. Otherwise, we could see some uncertainty, right? I mean, there is uncertainty now, I guess. We could see more downside, to be clear. So I think you need to be in a position where if you're getting aggressive, like if you're using leverage or you're using options or something, you have to be able to withstand losing out on that money for the potential upside, right? So when I open up long positions, I usually use low leverage, like 3x, 5x leverage. And with that, I have a ton of cushion. Now, when I get more aggressive, like this ETH position that I showed in the last video, is up like 74%. Now it's up only 22%. But I took all of my profits, all my initial money off the table, right? So I've already booked some profit on this. So when we see big moves like this, and we see a lot of upside, take profits from the levered positions or from your more aggressive positions. So that way you can reinvest when we see dips like this. I mean, Ethereum, very close to $4,000 once again, right? We've seen this story play out before. We do get big rallies after we come down to this support line. So I think this could be a bit of an opportunity. Of course, we don't know if this is going to get worse. So, be ready for anything, right? Have some cash ready. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate it. I hope you're all doing well on this Friday. It's an opportunity to buy some stocks, to buy some crypto. The funding rate actually turned negative too. So longs are being paid by shorts now on BYDFi, which is interesting. That doesn't happen too often, but when it does, usually a good sign that there's some weakness in the market, might be an opportunity. I am going out and buying stocks today, to be clear. I'm going to buy a significant amount. Let me know your thoughts. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. I'll see you.